What do you fancy? What do you think is fun to work with in plastic surgery? What are you burning for?
So, why I'm happy to be plastic surgeon? Yes, because plastic surgery is the last general surgery existing in medicine. We operated from the scalp to the feet. And second, because it's a very innovative discipline where you can do research without make risky for life for patient, because our surgery is very superficial, and it is a very good interface with the normal population through aesthetic surgery. So I like plastic and aesthetic surgery because it's very innovative and allowed me to do research without incredible high cost or risk.
That's perfect. What do you think are the main progress in plastic surgery? What, if we look back a couple of years, what have been the main future steps in plastic surgery?
Reconstructive or aesthetic?
Aesthetic.
Aesthetic. For sure, stem cells will be the future, the very near future. Stem cell is not only for plastic, it's for all the domain of medicine. But for the fact that we discover then most part of stem cells are on fat, or the most available place is fat, where we can take stem cells. Being plastic surgeon and being trained to do liposuction since the 80s, we are on the top of the hill. We must be careful and do research now, because if not, understand things now, because if not, all the other surgeons will take our place. I want to remember to the audience that the first transplant never performed in the story of medicine was performed by two professors in Harvard. It was a kidney transplant. And the two professors was a neurologist and Dr. Murray, who was a professor in plastic surgery. So we was always on the top of the hill. Stem cells and fat transplant, who means bring stem cells, for sure it's a new era in the medicine. Going to something much more close to us, I think aesthetic medicine is one of the domains that we must be very conscious to use and to take in our agenda. Not only aesthetic surgery, but aesthetic medicine. That means, injection and absorbable threads, technology, lasers, and all what is not, all it is performed outside aesthetic surgery.
They are linked together.
Absolutely linked together. And if not, I think in the future the indication of aesthetic surgery will be less and less. Indication of aesthetic medicine will be more and more. And we will be out of the market.
I heard your speaks today about the scientific presentation of your work. I'm very fascinated and I'm very positive for the coming results of yours. But now I have a question, and that what are your models in plastic surgery? We are standing on the shoulders of giants in plastic surgery. What shoulders are you standing on?
Do you want a name?
Yeah, you could mention some names if you want to.
Yes, I think I have to think about it. For sure, I don't want to make some names.
You can
yes, I can. No, yes, of course. I think all the aesthetic surgeons have to give something to the Brazilian surgeons. So it's very easy to say Ivo Pitangui. I never met except at Congress. I'm not one of his pupils, not at all. But I think Ivo Pitangui in the 80s bring aesthetic surgery out from the desert of reconstructive surgery and give a new position, new statement. And we have to remember that he was the first aesthetic star plastic surgeon. So people understand that plastic surgery is not only something for mad people. And being much more close to us, I think we must remember that there is people very innovative and very serious. These are the plastic surgeons that I try to follow all around the world.
That's interesting. Then I just have one question more, and I know you are a very active person, so we want to know a little bit, just a few words, what you are doing besides plastic surgery.
Many things.
Yeah.
When I was in the 30, in the 40, I was thinking then work was the first thing, or I was dedicating much more time to work compared to the rest. It's normal when you cross a 50 bridge to have a more consciousness about life. I have a family. I met my wife when we was 15, so you can imagine how many years we was together, and now we are a lot of years also married. We have 2 children, so family is always, I think, the first background for every human person. Family, of course, is a normal family, but we don't refuse any kind of family in the normal way. That means parents' relative love. This is one of the most important things. Of course, you must be able to do things, and Latin teach us then mens sana in corpore sano. That means if you want to have a good mind, you must cultivate your body, so exercise and do sports. And skiing is my winter sports. During summer I try to exercise in other sports. Golf is not really a sport, but help to exercise you, and other sports then move your body. It's my activities. And in the middle part from work and familiar or sports activity, there is organization. Organization is the special tools, and I think I have in my DNA. So I organized, of course, my work, because I am the boss of the new Academia Day Clinic, where we bring, me and other colleagues, we bring all our activity from Italy to Switzerland. But I am the one, so I'm the not only surgeon there, not only medical doctor, but I am the one who is in charge of the organization. But it's my hobby, it's okay. But outside the work, I was organized in my plastic surgery society, the aesthetic chapter, and now we have a society, and now it's working. As I mentioned to you before, I finished now my period of secretary, and the new society is not all as the aesthetic Swedish society. Then you are in the board and you invite me, but only 2 years. But now it's coming, it's working and walking. And now I think I finished this part, and I dedicated I will stay, of course, in the board, close to the board, but I told my colleague that I want to be involved in another project. The project is an humanitarian project that we develop through the Aesthetic Society, because we founded in March the Aesthetic Society Not-Profit Association, who is allowed to reach money and to give money to the project. We decide to have a project in Africa, and our goal is to develop plastic surgery in Africa. For this reason, I went in Togo this month, and working in a hospital, doing all the incredible things that you can operate and see in Africa, because you cannot imagine, or you can imagine, but normally these cases are not present on the books. And now we are ready to start with a project for next year with 4 missions, one every 3 months, with at least 3 or 4 surgeons for every mission, and a nurse to operate in 15 days around 60-80 cases. and to set up a program where a mission will be next 30 months. So every 3 months we have people who work in the same cases as a little department moving. So this is my goal.
Perfect.
And I try to dedicate this one. The third thing, but this is a very personal, I think then you cannot stay in this life without believe then there is something after. And this is a special chapter that I believe so much.
Okay. Thank you very much, and let's have lunch.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.